time now for our first Ravnica Allegiance draft. Join me, won't you? Yes, I would like to purchase. Ooh, no! Don't like the look of our rare. Okay, what do we got here? Got Glass of the Guild Pact. Multicolored creatures you control get +1/+1. A little narrow, I think. You can't get that many multicolored creatures. Obviously, the spirits from Afterlife are multicolored because they're white and black, so you can give them +1/+1. But not a very powerful card in general, I think, in Limited. Of the uncommons, I like the look of Spirit of the Spires. It's a 4-mana 2/4, very big. And in the commons, there's this Final Payment. So I've put together a bit of a pick order list for myself. Let's minimize that for a second. And it's a matter of the 2/4 and the Final Payment. I do have Final Payment up here pretty highly in terms of some of the higher ranked commons. And then I've got the 2/4. Ooh, I might have the 2/4 a little low for my own liking now that I am evaluating him. Where are you, Mr. 2/4? These are the uncommons. Are you up here? No, you gotta be better than Angelic Exaltation. Syndicate, no, it's better than that. We got a missing 2/4. Where did I rank that 2/4? It should be around here somewhere, which is still below the best commons. Yeah, I think I somehow lost the 2/4 when I was building my rankings. Let's full screen this again. Obviously, this is more committal than Spirit of the Spires. It's a 2-color card versus a 1-color card. That's a consideration one has to make. There's a cost to this removal spell. You either take 5 damage, sacrifice creature and enchantment. Probably hope to sacrifice spirit tokens most of the time. I think it is enough better though than Spirit of the Spires. I think I'm going to take that here. Would much rather take an uncommon or a rare in this spot, but we got what we got. So let's give it a shot. Well, so the bot took a rare. We got past Blood Mist Infiltrator and Consecrate Consume. I like Consume a fair amount, actually. Kill your opponent's largest creature. Gain life equal to its toughness. There's a Wilderness Reclamation. Also, gaining life when you've spent 5 life to kill something with Final Payment is probably a good idea. There's a Consign to the Pit. A little more expensive. There's Blade Brand, which I wouldn't mind having in some of my Orzhov decks. And there's also Noxious Grudian, which I also wouldn't mind having. I like Azorius Night Arbiter okay, and Growth Spiral, but given that I took a white-black card first, and I'm not too opposed from taking subsequent white-black cards, I'm pretty happy to take a Consume in this spot, I think. I did not think... I think my preference in this format is more Simic Gruul sort of centered. I was not expecting to lead off with a Orzhov deck, but I kind of like this so far. The bot took a rare, so this isn't, you know, a surefire signal of Orzhov wide open or anything. So keep in mind what we're passing. Not a whole lot. We did pass the 2/4 flyer last pack, and now we're passing a Consign to the Pit and an Azorius Night Arbiter, I think, are the next best cards. So something to keep in mind. But we're going to take Consume here, I think. Let's roll. So here there's the Viscopa Vampire, Skewer the Critics. Ooh, that's a bit of a sign. Skewer the Critics is a better card than Summary Judgment. Hey Max wants to be, am I going to play any Sealed? I don't plan on playing any Sealed in Magic Arena. I do like Sealed, and I do like playing Sealed most of the time. In paper, certainly. But when the value, I think the value of the best of 3 traditional events is enough better, sort of like just the structure of the event, the entry fee and the payout is enough better that I wanted to stick with draft in this case. And also I don't really like that deck building for Sealed on Magic Arena. One, like Nuat Tanami, I was just watching his stream a little bit earlier, he suggested open your Sealed in Magic Arena, export the entire deck, import it into Magic Online, save various iterations of the deck, and then export your deck back from Magic Online back into Magic Arena. So like that's kind of the state of things at this point. So here, Bot took a rare and an uncommon. We're passing us to Skewer the Critics and also passing us a Summary Judgment. I think given that we have 2 white-black cards, and Summary Judgment and Screw the Critics are not too dissimilar from each other in terms of power level, and obviously the white card is a card we can cast with all 3 of these things, I think we're going to go with the Summary Judgment here. Let's give that a shot. Setting up to be a very removal-heavy, kind of grindy Orzhov deck so far. Here, what do we see? So the bots are just taking... So they took... Finally, they took a common, I think, because they took a... so a rare, uncommon, and a common is missing from this pack. There's a Lawmage's Binding, relatively late. Is this another... They never... Is this another situation where they never take the enchantment removal? There's also a Consigned to the Pit. All less thoughts. Even in an Orzhov deck, you could splash blue for Lawmage's Binding, or presumably in an Azorius deck, you could splash black for Final Payment and Consecrate Consume. I think Lawmage's Binded 4th is a little bit of a signal. It's better than many, many uncommons in the set. If we go back to my little pick order thing that I put together, like I've got Lawmage's Binding amongst the best commons in the set, which with only mostly rares and a small number of uncommons above it, so I think I'm going to take Lawmage's Binding, consider that a slight bit of a signal. We're passing a Consign to the Pit, which we would otherwise take, but yeah, I'll go ahead and take that here. There's a Senate Courier. There's another Skewer the Critics. There's a Noxious Grudian, a Dead Revels, and a Rakdos Guildgate. Well, there's no blue card we're taking, there's no white card, so it basically comes down to do we take Skewer the Critics as a very strong signal that red is very open, or do we just take the Noxious Grudian here, a card that could go into an Orzhov deck? If we were Rakdos, we could still splash the Final Payment and maybe the Consume, maybe not the Summary Judgment, and certainly not the Lawmage's Binding. I think Skewer the Critics is more powerful enough than Noxious Grudian that I'm going to take it here just in the event that red is like super duper wide open from the bots and that I need to pivot into red. I won't miss too badly one Noxious Grudian going by the wayside, so we'll take the Skewer in this spot. We have passed a Skewer already to the left, so the bots might be cutting red in pack 2 regardless of what happens here. So here, the cards in the pack getting a little bit worse. There's Dead Revels, 4-mana sorcery, return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Very good in... I think you want at least one copy of this in any Rakdos and Orzhov deck. There's Night of Sorrows, which is like a so-so card, 5-mana 3/3, can block additional creature each combat, has Afterlife 1. And then there's also Footlight Fiend, which is just an annoying little guy. Decent in Orzhov or Rakdos. It's between these 3. I think it's between these 2, and it's probably this guy, if I had to guess. Don't think I need to take the Lockets very highly. Don't think I need an Azorius Guildgate here. I think one of these cards is better than a Guildgate in this spot. Let's take the Footlight Fiend. Here I think Carrion Imp is the easy pick. Thirsting Shade is basically unplayable. Not a fan of Prowling Carousel or Caracal. Such as, yeah, this stuff. Pretty easy Carrion Imp here, I think. It's good that we're seeing black cards late, because we sort of committed. Oh, we get a pretty late Viscopa Vampire. I think this card is pretty decent. It's a big Child of the Night's big brother. It does obviously trade down for any 2-drop, but it also trades up reasonably well. 3-power lifelink. Pretty decent. Go ahead and take Viscopa Vampire here. Here I could take a Rakdos Guildgate, give myself a little bit better odds of maybe splashing the Skewer the Critics, or some other powerful red card. The other option is just taking a Catacomb Crocodile, which I wouldn't mind having in an Orzhov deck. Very good blocker, can block just about anything that even the Gruul deck could throw at you. Yeah, I think I actually want to take the Croc here over the Guildgate. Not too worried about this. I think Mammoth Spider deserves better than 9th pick, but not too bad. And this is what tabled from the first pack. I honestly don't really remember what was in pack 1. We did take took a final payment there. Let's take the croc. Wow. Whoa! Consign to the Pit made it all the way around. Well, we're just gonna take that here. I don't think... I don't know how the bot, the AI has been trained at all. Obviously, it hasn't been Magic Online data for them to put together. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Consign to the Pit here. Wouldn't mind a Noxious Grudian. Not a huge fan of Blood Mist Infiltrator. There's not that many sacrifice fodders to give him the temporary unblockable, and for the most part he's just a 3-1 for 3. Be able to take the Consign here. Get a second Viscopa Vampire. Do I want my second Consign already? Yeah, probably. I would probably play 2 Consigns. Not many more than that. Probably not. It's this 1/6 drop versus another. Watchful Giant is okay, but nothing to write home about. I guess I'll just take that. Oh, and a Dead Revels came back. Yeah, I'll take that out here over the Rakdos Guildgate. And here we get a Night of Sorrows. And a Grulaka we're not going to play. Let's just look at our curve for a second while we contemplate the next pick. Put that on the sideboard. Screw the Critics. I'm assuming won't make it, and I'm assuming the Law Mage's Binding won't either. Just, I have 2 5-drops already, and Consecrate is more of a consume. I'd say it's more of a 4-drop. So yeah, fair amount of removal. Decent curve so far. What do we have here? Basically four green cards in the rare and uncommon slot. Blade Juggler is quite good. I was thinking of rare drafting a Growth Chamber Guardian. Not like super high on this card, but it is reasonably powerful. And you do want 4 of them if you're going to play any. So I was thinking of rare drafting that here. But again, because we are a free account and trying to stretch our penny, our time really, and our gold and our gems as far as we can is nice, and getting a useful rare for constructed is good. But I think Blade Juggler is just important enough to take here. Not a lot of card advantage available in black and white. This is one of the few cards that can do it. And that along with Dead Revels. And also 3-drops are pretty sparing in terms of useful 3-drops. We do have 2 Viscopa Vampires. We're actually doing okay on that front. But I think Blade Juggler is important enough. So I'm going to take the Juggler here. Again, passing some pretty strong green cards here. There's a Dovin's Acuity. A High Alert. Combine Guild Mage. Getting a Arrester's Zeal. Man, this is a pretty bad pack for white-black. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Don't think we would splash either of these cards, although, how are we doing for instants? We have a Consecrate, which we hope to not cast for the Consecrate half. We have a Final Payment, and then mostly sorceries. Yeah, I'm not going to splash Dovin's Acuity into my Orzhov sort of control deck, I don't think. But what am I taking if I don't take that? It's a Blade Brand? I think, yeah, I'm not really interested in the second Night of Sorrows. I think we're just going to take the Dovin's Acuity here, just in case we end up being a weird addendum Orzhov deck, which, you know, could have some potential. We do already have the Summary Judgment and a Final Payment. Again, we're taking a risk here over a Blade Brand, which is not... It's a fine card, don't get me wrong, but it's not insane. Not something I really want to take second, so we'll take the Acuity here just in case. Acuity. Here's a Sphinx of the Guild Pact. I think we are the kind of deck that would play a 7-drop like this. There's also Syndicate Messenger, which is a fine card. Civic Stalwart. Already have 1 Crocodile. It would be our second Law Mage's Binding. We're already maybe not playing the first. Wouldn't mind a Guildgate at some point, but not this highly. Could also just take a Senate Griffin here. Just a 4-mana 3/2. Just for a white flyer. Because he's the split cost. I think that might be safer than the 7-drop. We don't need to commit to that so far. Yeah, I guess we just take the... which do I like more? The 3/2 with Scry 1 or the Syndicate Messenger? It's probably the 3/2. I realize this thing has Afterlife, but there's not that many things that pay you off for having creatures that you can sacrifice or Afterlife effects in general in Orzhov, even though that's sort of their guild mechanic. I think I'll take the Senate Griffin here. Ooh, a Vindictive Vampire, very strong card. Rester Zeal. Spikewood Acrobat. Yeah, I think it's Vindictive Vampire here. Basically, whenever another creature you control dies, deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. Basically, the name of the game is going to be trading off our creatures that have given us some sort of value, either when they die or as they lived, and then draining our opponent for 1, and then getting them back and replaying them with Dead Revels, sort of thing. So we'll take a Vindictive Vampire here. Wouldn't mind an Ill-Gotten Inheritance, maybe on the way back. Probably wouldn't play an Arrester's Zeal in this deck. Here, what do we have? Might be time for a 2-drop. Got Rally the Battle, not too interested in. Drill Bit, more of a sideboard card. I do like Impassioned Orator a fair amount, or a decent amount. Has to Officer, it's whatever, 3/2, another mediocre 3-drop. I think I like the Orator more than the Ill-Gotten Inheritance here. I have a feeling we can get an Inheritance somewhat late. Don't have to take it too highly. So I think I'll take the 2-drop here. You don't get too many 2-drops in any color, really. So I'll take this, get some incidental life gain, keep our life afloat, and can block opponent's stuff. Here, here's a bit of a choice. I do like all these cards. The Noxious Grudian, the Concordia Pegasus, and the Syndicate Messenger. Don't mind the flyers. I think here I'm actually going to take the Grudion though. Let me think. That's a tricky one. Do have a fair amount of answers to big stuff. I do like Grudion just because it combines well with the sort of plan of Orzhov in general. It pairs well with the Dead Revels, pairs well with the Vindictive Vampire. It will block something and kill it, no problem. Get it back at some point. Whereas these cards, I already do have a 2/3 flyer and a 3/2 flyer for 4. I wouldn't mind a Concordia Pegasus. I think I'm going to take the Grudion in this spot here, though. Okay, here, bit of a choice. There's the Guildgate Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I think I only want one of these in my my deck. And I think I might table one from this pack somewhere. I think I've seen, this is the 3rd one I've seen in this like booster pack. Don't think I really need the Syndicate Messenger. I think I'm actually going to take an Orzhov Guildgate here. I do have a fair amount of playables, and these are fairly replaceable, whereas could use like 2 or 3 Guildgates, especially if I want to maybe splash something that I open in pack 3 that's very powerful. So I'll take the Guildgate here, I think. Here, I don't mind a Twilight Panther, another Death Touch creature. Obviously, you need to have black and white mana to cast him and activate the Death Touch, but I think that's kind of our plan here, so I'm going to take the Panther in this spot. Okay. Obviously, they don't have a lot of data going on. We get to rare draft Growth Chamber Guardian that I thought I would have had to first pick. That's awesome. I'm going to take the rare draft over the maybe sideboard card. There's also Rhythm of the Wild. Yeah, I think their bots are completely untrained, so I don't know what's going on. I'll take the Growth Chamber. Put that in the old sideboard. I guess I'll take another Night of Sorrows. It's possible that I play it, but probably not likely. Not playing anything else here. Could take a High Alert just for maximizing Vault progress, but I think I don't have to do that. So here's the... I think I'll take the first Senate Messengers before the second Dead Revels. I do like Dead Revels some. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Probably caps out my 4-drop slot. Go ahead and take that. There's also an Orzhov Locket, which I wouldn't be terribly opposed to getting. Maybe I take a Locket here. I do have 2 flyers at 4 already. Whereas 3-drops are pretty hard to come by, and I like Lockets in general in Orzhov, I think. Yeah, I think I might take the Locket here. Change my mind. Just take whatever. I like Gross Spiral maybe in Constructed sooner than later, so I'll take that. Here, the two mediocre 3-drops and a Rally the Battle. Neither of these cards are very impressive. I think I'll take the Rally, though. Rally could do some interesting stuff. We'll just take the Steeple Creeper and a Junk Troll. Okay. Well, here we're just going to rear draft the Skargan Hellkite, I'm pretty sure. We're missing out on a Bring to Trial or a Guildgate, but yeah, we're just going to take the Mythic. We're just going to take the Mythic. Hey, EG Proxy, absolutely first draft of the set, and we get to rear draft a Growth Chamber Guardian and a Skargan Hellkite, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we're missing out on, what would I take? Probably Bring to Trial, maybe Archway Angel, but yeah, I'm just going to take the Mythic rare. Oh, it even makes, man, they've even got sweet noises in during the draft portion. Oops. So here, I wouldn't mind getting a Knight of the Last Breath for my deck, but I think I'm going to take the Grotesque Demise. It's just a very powerful, inexpensive removal spell. Can kill a lot of stuff, cheap creatures, can kill annoying afterlife creatures. I think it's going to be pretty good. Passing on, you know, some decent stuff. Yeah, we're hoping the Knight of the Last Breath comes around. I would play this probably. We're just hoping to get it on the table though. So we'll take Grotesque Demise. Here we got a few things. Got a Plague White, which is okay. Another Impassioned Orator. There's a Cryocronarium, not very good in our deck. Probably decent against our deck. A third Vizkopa Vampire, but there's also Bedeck Bedazzle. And we can just use the Bedeck as an instant speed. Another removal spell. My creature gets +3/-3 until end of turn for black. I think we're just going to do that here. Go ahead and take that. A little worried about our creature count. Oh, there's a Basilica Bellhaunt. Speak of the devil. And he's even a devilish creature. Yeah, I think, how's our creature count? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe. Let's be optimistic, say Blade Jugglers. 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, well, could use a few more creatures. Happy to take a Basilica Bellhaunt here. Take it over this other stuff. Would love an Imperious Oligarch, probably, but no guarantees we get that guy back. But yeah, Basilica Bellhaunt is exactly what we want. Ooh, I like Forbidding Spirit a fair amount. Go ahead and take him here. Just a good body, 3-mana 3/3, has an interesting text, prevents your opponent from alpha striking you without paying a whole lot of mana. So yeah, we'll take that here. What do we got here? Oh, another final payment. Get in my deck, please. I'm glad we have a little bit of incidental life gain in the form of the Impassioned Orator, the Vizkopa Vampires, and the Consume. Because we got 2 final payments now. Sky Tether is pretty strong. I don't know how we're planning probably to attack on the ground a little bit. Mostly we want to grind out our opponent and or kill all their stuff. Don't think we're going to be a Rally to Battle deck. Don't think we're going to play 2 Consign of the Pits now that we have a few more options. So the decision here is kind of Undercity Scavenger is a very strong, like, 4-drop. Although 4 is kind of crowded. Because right now we have Basilica Bellhaunt, Senate Griffin, Vindictive Vampire, and Carrion Imp. It's either that, or the Sky Tether, or just another Orzhov Guildgate. How are we doing on removal spells? We got 2 final payments, a Consume. A Consign of the Pit, a Bedeck, a second Consign of the Pit if we want it, and a Grotesque Demise. I think here we actually are going to just take, it's either the Sky Tether or the Orzhov Guildgate, basically. I think I'm going to take the second Guild Gate just to make our mana a little bit better. We have black in the deck. We have this Basilica Bellhaunt. We have white and Vibrating Spirit. I think our mana could use an improvement, so I'm going to take another Guild Gate in this spot. Here, well, had I known that I was going to get another Guild Gate immediately afterward, I might have not taken that one here, but I think I'm just going to take another one. I'm not a huge fan of Debtor's Transport. Don't mind Drill Bit out of the sideboard in some circumstances against the right kind of threats from your opponent's main deck, but I think I'd rather have the Guild Gate. It's definitely going to go in our deck, whereas Drill Bit might see some niche sideboard play. I didn't realize there was yet another one. Do I want the fourth Guild Gate? Or do I want another Twilight Panther? Oh, they're different art. How embarrassing. I don't know if I want the Archway Angel, but maybe I do. It gave me, like, maybe 2 life as a 6-mana 3/4 flyer. Yeah, I guess I would take the Archway Angel here. It looks like I didn't get back, unless it's next pack. How am I doing on cheap stuff? I got 1 Twilight Panther, Impassioned Orator. Maybe I need the Twilight Panther, actually. That's tricky. I've only got like 4 plays before. Oh, I'll include the deck, I guess. And then the 2 final payments. Don't really want to use final payment too early. I think I can try the Archway Angel here rather than the Twilight Panther. Oh, and the 5/7 did, or the 7 mana guy did come back. There's also a another Viscopa Vampire. This card is obviously very expensive. 7 mana for 4/4. But he's a powerful win condition and way to close out the game. Also, the ability to sacrifice my creatures is a nice pairing with Vindictive Vampire. And he would be the second biggest creature in my deck after the Catacomb Crocodile. How are we doing on 3s? We're actually doing pretty good on 3s. I don't think I need the 3rd Viscopa. I think we're going to take the Knight of the Last Breath and maybe not start him. Maybe he starts on the sideboard, but I'm going to give him a shot. He's the like Orzhov uncommon, right? So we could take a Plague White here just to have another 2-drop. I don't think we need a second Orzhov Locket. I don't know if we need the 3rd Viscopa Vampire. I think we do. We would like to have another 2-drop, so I think I'll take Plague White here. Let's make this big again. Not likely to splash Carnival Carnage. I do have a Footlight Fiend, which pairs nicely with Blade Brand, plus all my other stuff, you know, just creatures dying and so on. So I think I might take the Blade Brand here. Rather than, I'm not going to, not too worried about using the red mana on Bedazzle. And the Skewer the Critics, I'm not too worried about siding in. I don't think we can play a Skargan Hellkite even with this Rakdos Guildgate. So I think I'll take. Yeah, I don't think I would splash at Carnage. So I guess I'll just take the Blade Brand here. I might play that. I'll take another Watchful, or the first Watchful Giant, I guess, just in case. Take the Uncommon and a Gruul Locket. All right, I'm relatively happy with how that deck came together. Let's get this red stuff. Okay. Don't know if the Blade Brand will make it. 2 final payment, Consecrate, Consume, deck, Forbidding Spirit, Grotesque, Demise, Noxious. Got an Orzhov Locket. I think I want that. You need some card advantage in this somewhat controlling deck. Don't need the Gruul Locket. Carrion Imp, Dead Revels I like, Vindictive Vampire, Senate Griffin, Basilica Bellhaunt, Knight of Sorrows might not need. I like the Blade Juggler, I like the Crocodile, I like the Archway Angel. I don't think we need the Watchful Giant. I like the Consign of the Pit, I like the Knight of the Last Breath. Don't need a Mountain. It's trying to give us Mountain for Bedazzle or something. Yeah, get out of here. Show me this view. think I like the Orzhov Locket. This is probably going to be 17 land plus Locket deck. Bedeck is kind of a 2-drop. Consume is kind of a 4-drop. Yeah, it will be 17 land. It's just not a mountain. We have to cut 2 cards, and we're at 16 lands. Our spells, let's put them all on top of the 7 drops, I guess. And I'll put them over, and that's not big enough. Let's just move him over. No, Archway Angel, get in there. Got Consign to the Pit, Bedeck. 2 final payments. A Summary Judgment, and a Consume. Consume is around here somewhere. I have no idea where it's hiding. I didn't accidentally remove it, did I? Don't think we're rallying to battle. Dead Rebels. Oh, Consecrate, there you're hiding. So we have 3 ways to kill just about anything with 2 final payments and a Consign to the Pit. And then 1 way to kill the biggest thing. And then 3 ways to kill smaller things with a Bedeck, Grotesque Demise, and the Summary Judgment. Question here is, do I need the Dead Revels? I do have the Locket, which I do think I want to play. Because it's both mana acceleration and card draw late. I think we're going to cut... I do have Twilight Panther and Noxious Grudion, cards that will trade away, and also Viscopa Vampire most likely to trade away, as well as Footlight Fiend. I did mention that I do like Dead Rebels a fair amount. Let's try without the Dead Rebels, and possibly live to regret that. And maybe the Knight of Sorrows gets the cut. We're gonna try starting the Knight of the Last Breath, give him a shot. Maybe try cutting the 3/1 lifelinker. I kind of like it. I know X1s are actually not that vulnerable. So in terms of things that punish things with 1 toughness, there's Plague White, there's Spirit Tokens, there's Footlight Fiend, there's Dagger Caster, and that's kind of it. There's not that many things that punish. I do like the ability to just trade and gain some life. I do like the incidental life gain just because we have double final payment. And I liked the trade because we, at the time, had Dead Rebels, but now I've cut the Dead Rebels, so I do have to reconsider, possibly. Yeah, this Knight, the Knight might do some work. I think I like the way this deck looks. So this is 40 right now. And with a Consign to the Pit and a Dead Rebels in the side right now. We've got Twilight Panther and Footlight Fiend. Fiend early. Footlight Fiend can trade with a 2/2, as can Twilight Panther. How do I know when to pick a Locket? I try to take them fairly not very high, because people generally ignore the Lockets, and hopefully the bots do too. It was super weird to get friggin' Growth Chamber Guardian on the table. I'm glad I'm drafting early in the format before they've trained the bots to like rare draft everything. That was a little silly. And yeah, we started off with the Skargan Hellkite, which there's no way we can play, I don't think. Let's give this a shot. Do we need to adjust the lands at all? We do have double white, double white, double white, and the only double black is on the Basilica Bellhaunt. Oh no, Basilica Bellhaunt and Bedeck, so it's fairly even. Maybe the lands are just fine as is. Basically, 10-9 in terms of sources, giving the edge to black for the bedeck value. Maybe we'll give the edge to white, so we'll add a plains instead. Alrighty, I don't think I'm gonna need Bedazzle. Yeah, I think we like this. Let's give this a shot. Here we go. No, we need to update the picture. Let's use Basilica Bellhaunt as our little picture. And the other question is, will we take the draw? It's possible we would take the draw in post-board games, or even when we win the dice roll. We do have a fair amount of removal and not that much card advantage. Plus, we have a somewhat sketchy mana base, but there are things like Gruul decks in the format and Rakdos decks, so maybe we take the play in a vacuum when we don't know what we're up against, and strongly consider taking the draw post board against a lot of decks, particularly the mirror match. I think that deck came pretty well together, but because of some of the late things that rotated or tabled back, our opponents might also have some really good decks. Yeah, we'll play here in a vacuum. So we have 2 double white cards in our opening hand, and so a Viscopa Vampire. We have no removal spells and a 6-drop. I think we can mull this. Yeah, I'd much rather just have this. We'll keep. And I think I'll bottom an additional land at this point. The bells of the Orzhov Guild ringing. Why did it pause there? I couldn't cast any of these things. Oh good, there's our Viscopa Vampire. Yeah, opponent's got some Simic stuff going on right now. Did I fail to play oh yeah, I was on the play, you're right. Oh my god. Well, we gave our opponent a weird turn to be on the play. Skipped an entire turn. Don't think... my opponent will probably just block. Don't think I'll be able to get a Blade Juggler in here, so we'll just play the Viscopa Vampire. That was a mistake, skipping our land drop. We would have had 2 3-drops to play by now. Ideally, we get to sacrifice Footland Fiend at the final payment. Or just pay 5 life, honestly, at this point. I think I'm going to attack with the Viscopa Vampire. If my opponent blocks and then tries to adapt, we'll just kill his Aeromunculus using our life, I assume. It's not the most efficient use of our mana. And if my opponent just blocks and doesn't adapt, I'm ecstatic. Or if he doesn't block at all, I'm also ecstatic. Pay the 5 life. Time walking our opponent, which makes up for the earlier point when I time walked myself. Now we have something to eat with Carrion Imp. Obviously, if he plays like a Trollbred Guardian or something here, we're a little sad we got rid of our spell. So we could have like a... he could have the Mystic here. He has the mana for that. He could have the, like, Fairy here. I think I'm just gonna pass. Obviously I could cast any of these spells, but I'm pretty sure he just held up Frilled Mystic there. And I don't really want him to be able to counter my spell. Opponent has 7 or 6 cards in hand. Yeah, and he chose to cast it anyway. There's an Axebane Beast. No more attacks for Viscopa Vampire for a little bit. And he gets to digs for something. So I'll probably start going to the skies with Carrion Imp. Eat his Aeromunculus, gain 2 life. And we'll take 3 here probably. No attacks, huh? Oh, we have a Summary Judgment to pick off this thing afterward. Yeah, let's just go for Carrion Imp. Lots of little incidental life gain in this deck, which is nice. Won't kill ourselves with by sacrificing 5 life. Ooh, biogenic upgrade. Oof. Whoa. Whoa. Huh. Oh boy, how are we gonna deal with this? Well, I think we're chumping. We can chump Frilled Mystic. Fortunately, Summary Judgment is just short of enough damage, deals 5, and these things both have 6 nuffness. So we could, like, chump one of these and then double block the other, and with the ping from Footline Fiend, kill it. I think what we're going to do is just array a sequence of chump blockers in front of our opponent's creatures and maybe try and drain him out here. And gain our life at the same time. See, I wouldn't mind. It would be great if I could Blade Juggler and guarantee a land to also play Viscopa Vampire here. There's no guarantee of that. I really want the life linker as well. He's only 3 to cast, and I don't have a target for Summary Judgment, otherwise this would be very simple. Yeah, I think we're a little behind. Ooh, we didn't hit. Oh, we hit the Death Toucher though, that's good. Okay, we're gonna take a big hit for 12 here. Unless I deem it necessary to chump. I don't want to chump a whole lot until I have Vindictive Vampire out. And a Galloping Lizard, he's gonna make that thing big? How many counters is he gonna take? I feel like he should have attacked first before taking any counters away. See, now, well, now I would just block the Frilled Mystic. So I'm going to take 4 here, probably. He does have an 11-11, which is not great for me. I'm going to play a Noxious Grudian and Viscopa Vampire and hit him for 2. And we really want to get this Vindictive Vampire out, because it seems like the bodies are going to start flying. His activated abilities are cheaper. He has no adapt creatures right now, so the secondary text of this isn't very useful. And actually, next turn, I'm pretty close to just playing Vindictive Vampire and attacking with everything. If he attacks with Galloping Lizard, I will put the Noxious Grudian in front of it. I can't take another shot from that thing. There's no First Strike available because it doesn't have the red mana. I'm just gonna block here. If he bounces this thing, I'm a little perturbed. And I think I'll put the lifelinker here. Okay, he's gonna kill the that guy. So I take 11. Anything else? Any more? Vindictive Vampire. What happens when we attack with everything? Probably nothing. He takes 2, goes to 5. He eats both these guys and then hits me and kills me on the swing back. Yeah, it doesn't seem very good. I think we hit him for 2 down to 5. And we have to involve Viscopa Vampire in the next combat. Otherwise we die to the... Plus some... oh, another one? Okay, well... Geez, you got a few of those, didn't you? We can kill either of these cards with Summary Judgment. And I think Consign to the Pit is coming in post-board, because my opponent is making gigantic creatures. I'm glad he shrank his Lizrog. My opponent attacks with these 3. I'm in pretty decent shape. I think I'm going to block with these 2 and use the Summary Judgment to kill this thing off. Meanwhile, draining him twice. I can't decide now. I'll be 1 point short because that'll be 2 drains. And this guy doesn't count himself. I think I might have to do it. Finished off with Summary Judgment. Oh, that's not bad. Forbidding Spirit makes my opponent's attacks a little bit harder and gives me another creature to die to kill him out with Vindictive Vampire. So if I play this, I'm at 8. Attack with this thing and I chump these 2. Opponent hopefully dies. If he can bounce one of my creatures, I die. Saying good game. Ooh, if you can... There's like the common bounce spell. There's all kinds of things that could go wrong here. He could pump his Galloping Lizrog. Oh, does he have something? I'm just chumping the Skittereel so the adapt doesn't... This is a lot of mana. What's happening right now? Oh, he had to pay a lot of mana for the Forbidding Spirit. If he has the single green pump spell, I lose. Just block like this and go to 1, and then kill him with the trigger. There we go. Got game 1 down. It was a good game. Yikes! Okay, he's got Galloping Lizrogs. We're getting in... I think Knight of the Last Breath is going to be too slow, and I think I like Blade Brand. And probably also Consign to the Pit. Number 2. Grotesque Demise seems a little less important, and actually Bedeck as well, although the haste parts are nice. But maybe we cut Summary Judgment. It's probably the worst of our removal spells. Can only kill a tapped creature, only deals 5. Whereas the other ones are at least instant, can maybe let us do something. Consume would have been insane there, oh my god. Although Footlight Fiend doesn't do a lot, does it? These creatures are all very large. But we now have the Blade Brand, which is very nice with Footlight Fiend. How many creatures do we have? We have 15. I think it might be just like Plague White or something. All his creatures seem huge. I'm not gonna get that much damage in with it. Let's just cut the Plague White. And let's not skip our land drop, shall we? Oof, gotta mull this. We do have some stuff to slow things down. We've got the 6-drop in our hand that's just awful. Can't even cast Footlight Fiend, can cast anything technically. My opponent, he kept 7. This kills anything, this kills anything. We have 1 scry and we're on the draw. This 6-drop is basically a mulligan. Is this better than the average 5-card hand? I think it is. The two, I think this is better than an average 5 with a scry. Guildgate on top. See how easy it is? I think we'll just play Old Fiend here. Play our... Homunculus. I think I'm gonna Forbidding Spirit here. You can attack into an Homunculus. My opponent could choose to... I don't think I'm gonna Final Payment this time, now that I've seen... Although, it's a flying threat, which is kind of annoying. X-Bane Beast? Okay, so much for the attack. Likewise for my opponent. I'm just gonna play Noxious Grudian here. This X-Bane Beast is kind of a pain. My opponent is not attacking me, which is a little odd. Like, I could kill this Axebane Beast with Final Payment, get 1 hit in, put him to 17, and then he's just going to have up Homunculus, but then I can consign to the pit Homunculus. He has 2 mana available right now, so like all kinds of shenanigans could occur, bounce spells and quenches and the like, although quench I can avoid. I'm just a little nervous about the 2 mana up. I think I'm just going to do nothing. He showed us the fight card for 2 mana, and also there's a common give a creature +1/+1 and and bounce a creature. 4 mana. If he holds up 4 mana, there's the chance he adapts or has Frilled Mystic. Really don't want Consign to the Pit to get countered by something. So sort of a stare at each other kind of game. If we can keep him off +1/+1 counters on his creatures, then hopefully Frilled Mystics don't do anything. Jeez, we're just gonna stare at each other, eh? Well, I guess I'm a little upset that I cut the, did I cut the 7 mana 4/4? Can't recall if I did that or not. So now might be a good opportunity to use Final Payment, but don't... I have two things that I would need to kill, and that's with him playing nothing else from his hand. Is he going to attack me? What is going... Okay, now he's just holding up Frilled Mystic. There's my Archway Angel. My opponent is in no rush to do anything at all. I think what I'm going to do is end step, try and Final Payment his Axebane Beast, so that it can untap and resolve one of my 6-drops. He's not even going to use the Homunculus. He really wants to just hold up Frilled Mystic the whole time. Okay, we're just going to try and Final Payment the Homunculus. This is certainly getting Frilled Mystic did. And now we can play Archway Angel and pay for Quench. So let's do that. Gain 2 life. And have a decent little flyer. If you also had like blue counter target creature spell, put a counter on your creature, that we get destroyed there. Probably gonna get blown out a little bit by the counters thing here. 6 mana. I want to say Applied Biomancy, is that what it's called? No, Applied Biomancy is the teardrop. What's it called? Uncommon. He just passed again, didn't he? Sorry, I'm alt-tabbed while I look for the... Oh, Biogenic Upgrade is the name of the card I was trying to find. He just passed. Consume is a nice one. I think we're just going to try and consign to the pit his Aeromunculus and see if we get eaten by a second Frilled Mystic. He's hesitating. Alright. I'm just going to attack him with Archway Angel. Oh, I see. Tower defense. Oh well. Goodbye, Archway Angel. Not a particularly strong card, but I guess I did beat him with a flyer in game 1. Opponent's got 6 spells in his hand, which is not good for me. Does this recall my sideboarding? Looks like it. Yeah, I did cut the 7-drop. So that's sort of our late game oomph is not in. We do have the Orzhov Locket to sort of gain parity on card advantage. There's the Biogenic Upgrade, yeah. I get to just kill one of these with Grudion and consume the other. And I think I will consume right now so that he can't put crazy amount of counters on his other dude. Although I could just wait until he plays the other dude and then consume that. Maybe that's a smarter idea. Yeah, I'm assuming a Galloping Lizrog will come out here and take the counters off Frilled Mystic and become like gigantic. And then I can consume that and kill it, and gain a lot of life. Shieldbringer tapping my Death Toucher is pretty annoying. I can kill something with 5 toughness. Well, there's the locket. Play the locket, consume. Gain 7 life? Yeah. Oof. My opponent went big. This thing is trampled, that doesn't. Do I need to chump here? I think my opponent's not taking a Chillbringer. Here we're going to take 11? I think we have to take it. There's our final payment, okay. Let's crack this locket. Alright, let's, I guess we can play a swamp. Let's bedeck Chillbringer. And I'll attack with Forbidding Spirit. And what we're probably going to do is Chump Axebane Beast with Footline Fiend, and then final payment, sacrificing Footline Fiend to kill the Wrecking Beast. If he has a counter for final payment, we lose. Could also just block like this. Could go to 1 here, but I think going to 1 is a little dangerous. I think I'm going to sacrifice the Footline Fiend. Yeah. No quench one time? Yeah, Fiend didn't do a whole lot. Still putting my opponent on no creatures in play, which is probably good for me. I'll have a 3/3 and 6 life. Skittereel, which you can adapt right now to become a 5/5. This is game 2. We won game 1. We stole it. We're thieves, but we're in pretty low life total. I don't know what my opponent's cards in hand are. Senate Griffin, see what we got. This thing can become a 5/5. You could have like more tower defenses and like anti-flyer stuff. I don't think Impassioned Orator is going to do it here. I made the choice to sort of cut a 2-drop and bring in a 6-mana removal spell, but that might have been the wrong call against my opponent with a bit more card advantage than me. He's Galloping Lizrog, and then he gets to adapt Skittereel again and attack the same turn. If he wants to, I would have to double block it. I do have 1 card in hand. Ugh, it's miserable. Let's go to game 3. Yeah, it's Summary Judgment. I think we can maybe... God, that's tricky. I think I need the Knight of the Last Breath. I think I need the endgame power. Let's get Summary Judgment out. Get the deck back in there. Do I try and just grease him out again with a 2-drop? Be on the play? I don't have that much aggression. My poor Viscopa Vampires are massively undersized against his crazy deck. Let's try this. We want to go on the play. What's with the one-landers? Gotta mold the one-lander with 2 6s and a 7 in it. That's a little more like it. Put a land on top. Opponent also mold. Yeah, I'll put that on top. Probably lead with the vampire rather than the locket. Start getting some hits in, maybe. Nice with a little familiar. Definitely play the locket next turn. You may have too much ramp. Let's see here. What do you have? That's a lot of lands in play. Alright. Is my opponent going to attack? Or are we going to erase me? I wonder. There is the trick to put a counter on a creature and untap it. I don't think he's going to 2 for 2 himself. It's going to attack. Perhaps we'll trade, perhaps we won't, and then I'll play a locket. Nice, gain 3 life. Don't want to miss too many land drops, and hopefully we'll get up to Catacomb Crocodile range soon. So my opponent can adapt for single blue mana on this, on the 4-drop. That's possible he has a Frilled Mystic here again. No, let's have an Axebane Beast. Axebane Beast is a nice size to block my 3/1s. I assume Biomancer Familiar is going to attack here. I don't think I'm going to final payment the Axebane Beast. Yeah, let's play our... we could final payment the Beast and then play a Noxious Grudion. Do that. And then, like, kind of consign to the pit. Let's do it. What's the vanilla text on a Lizarog? Is he a 3/3 with no counters? I assume you wouldn't even play him. Something's happening. What's happening? A 2/2. That's what I like to see. His thing is cheaper, but not super duper cheap. I can attack with both of these creatures. It costs 2 less to activate. Yeah, so it's 4 mana, green green, to make it into a 6/6. That's obnoxious. He would give me real good if he had the fairy here, reducing the power of my Noxious Grudion. Looks like he's giving up the familiar. Oh, he's double blocking. Which is more obnoxious to me, this familiar or this Soroform hybrid? Probably the hybrid. Oh, he's getting rid of all of it. Alright. What do you got? You could put a big pump spell into Biomancer's Familiar here. Tower Defense, okay. He's going to save Biomancer's Familiar. Still going to lose Soroform because of the Death Touch. Play our 3/7. Skitter Eel, which he can adapt immediately. Kind of want to consign to the Pittance, so we need a land for that. Did not hit. You can actually tap Biomancer's Familiar to put 2 more counters in Skittereel for a single mana, and just once. So this can actually be a 7/7 for a single blue. And if he goes like land, tap this, target this, play a blue, make it into a 7/7, then play Galloping Lizrog, take all the counters off Skittereel, make that into like a giant guy, then we could be in a bit of a pickle. Just another Skittereel. So that's obnoxious because now you could have either creature could be a 5/5. There's Bedeck. Okay, we can at least answer. Huh. Maybe we have to Bedeck the Biomancer's Familiar here? He would... If he goes for an end of turn adapt on this Skittereel, we can Bedeck that. But then we're just going to have the continued issue of this Biomancer's Familiar making 1 mana adapts. I think we Bedeck this, he responds making that a 5/5? Or this a 7/7? Maybe we try and keep him off adapt creatures rather than the creature empowering adapt. I need him to be completely tapped out of, or be either have 1 adapt on the stack of this Skittereel, or be completely tapped out of blue before I can even use Bedeck. I can also use Bedeck on my own creature at some point, but not yet. Let's just say go. I'm kind of hoping he makes this one a 5/5. Rather than making this one to a 7/7. No, he's going for the 7/7. So if he goes for an adapt on this guy with Biomancer's Familiar untapped, or even, no, it doesn't even matter. If with any blue mana up, any additional blue mana up, it goes for a 1 mana adapt on Skittereel. I can't Bedeck it. Combine Guildmage, cute. So it's that one. So all he has to, if I go for a Bedeck, he just adapts it again in response. What a pain in the behind. I think we're gonna kill Biomancer's Familiar. I should have done it last turn. He gets to make a second 7/7 or 1 into a 9/9, then we have a consign to the pit. No, he doesn't want to do that. At least that thing's not going to get any bigger. Oh, what? He's a second one. Oh my god. 7. So I could put everything in front of this. And he could either just kill Catacomb Crocodile or kill these two. I think I like that. I assume he kills my crocodile? No, he's killing the other two. Go to the dome with the footlight machine. There's a Forbidding Spirit. I really want that 6 land for Consign to the Pit. I think my opponent's going off here with the Niv Mizzet combos. You get double Biomancer's Familiar, which should be expected. I don't think I can possibly crack Locket here. I could, but then if I don't hit a land, I'm just further behind. Let's play Forbidding Spirit and say go here. If I can kill a Skittereel, he's kind of got nothing. Hit me for 7. And he could have Frilled Mystic now with the 4 mana up. And no blocks. Oh, huh? What? Oh, he had to pay. Yeah, no blocks. 6 land, please. There we go. He can move a counter off of that onto Combine Guildmage, but I think I'm okay with Forbidding Spirit trading for Combine Guildmage. If he has... He had friggin... Where is it? Tower thing before. Does that thing untap? Or just give reach? Tower Defense. No, it doesn't. I kind of wished I had just consigned to the pitted Skittereel first. Like, he might trade Combine Guildmage for my Forbidding Spirit by taking a counter off Skittereel. I think I'm alright with this. And he could have... Actually, if I had consigned to the pit of this thing first, he couldn't have done that and trade for Forbidding Spirit, because he had to tap it first, so it was a mistake to not consign to the pit Skittereel before attacking. This play was on board. Like, my 3/3s... Can't be a very good attacker for super long. So now we hope he doesn't draw too many more adapt creatures. Preferably 0. Can't believe he had a second Biomancer's Familiar. Made a mistake there. Could have put him to like 5 instead of 3. Instead of 8, I should say. Not really scared of Flash here. And we're gonna crack our lockbox. Locket, sorry. One is reviewing his graveyard. Oh my god. Regenesis? Oh my god. We have Basilica Bellhaunt. That's something. Does it drain? No, I gain life. They discard 1 card. So he gets to play a Skittereel, make it a 7/7 immediately with the Regenesis. If he plays another card, I get the second one out of his hand at least. Presume... I don't know what he's going to discard. The Skittereel. Okay, that's something. He had some good, though. He might have counters on 3/3s, double your counters. Regenesis. Very good sideboard tech against me. Opponent's deck is pretty sweet, I have to say. Got him to 5. Wish he was at 2. Homunculus. Oh, that thing's gonna be pretty big. At least it's blue-green to activate. We'll probably need 7 lands, so I'll play my 7th land. Don't really have an attack. If he's at 2, I would have an attack. Grrr. He gets to make that a 4/5 right now if he wants. Or continue growing the Skittereel. Wouldn't mind a Blade Brand, wouldn't mind my 7-drop, another Consign to the Pit, another Final Payment, Consume would be good. My opponent, yeah, I was about to say if my opponent does another Adapt thing there, I could, like, one removal spell would kill him just about. Opponent's giving me lots of draw steps by being... Well, I guess he just played that something sick. So he gets to make this thing a 5/6. Oof, there's Biogenic Upgrade. It's only 15 in the air. 16, if he doubles that again. I would probably attack with both to force me to chump with something. There's Blade Brand. Well, I need to draw a blocker. And I need to have one thing back to block this, too. So I guess I'll go for lethal. Like, force him to block something by attacking with 2 things. I guess one of them has to be the... yeah. He gets to eat both by block. I Blade Brand on here. Killing that. So I guess I don't need a ground blocker back, really. Attack with everything. Blade Brand what he blocks Skittereel with. Or I could attack with 2 things. Blade Brand what he blocks on Senate Griffin. Probably has to be with the Orator and the Bellhaunt. It's good. Both are dead either way. If he doesn't risk the Senate Griffin, all the better for me. I think we have to kill the Flyer because that's almost as threatening as the other one. Yeah, we drew a good beat. All right, decent, sweet games. But we didn't draw the answers. Our fun had double rare. Ooh, there's our huge gold quest, 2,250 gold. Sweet. That's our first loss out of the way. Let's keep going. This music's pretty sweet. This is from the Octopath Traveler soundtrack. That's pretty decent. Don't have to mulligan, which is nice. Go ahead and keep. Opponent mulled to 6. Lead off with our Panther. That biogenesis thing, what a beating that was. Well, my opponent had some very good cards last game. Oh, not more Simic. Oh, okay, Simic Ascendancy. I'm not so scared there. I can still lose this thing, probably. It's 3 mana to put a counter on a creature, if nothing else. We have a quad removal spell. We just need our creatures to live and deal enough damage to him. And we have double Death Touchers, so my opponent will probably be relatively hesitant to even block us at all. Combine Guildmage. Okay. Will I need to kill that thing anyway? Possibly. Probably don't want to final payment it though. Just attack with the Panther. I'll give it Death Touch if he blocks. Let's play the Vampire. Most power. I want to kind of clock my opponent as fast as I possibly can. If he plays like a Hill Giant here, we'll Grotesque Demise it. Ooh, Incubation Druid. There was no way for him to have that enter the battlefield with a counter on it. And that is a perfect card to put a counter on with some stuff, though. I think I'm going to attack with both and then respond to a counter being put on that with Grotesque Demise. Do I really care? Could just also play a Grudia in here and continue to add to the board. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Changed my mind. So my opponent can pay 3 mana to put a counter on this. That's about the best thing he can do. And then he can use it to tap for 4 mana. And then maybe put another counter on something. That's about all he's got. I do get a little blown out if he has, well, not really. I get to respond to it here. If he has the 1 mana instant, put a counter on a creature and untap it. If I go for the Demise first, I think my opponent would have gone for that. So I think I'm going to go for a Grotesque Demise here. Yeah, it worked out. Shark to Crab. He's someone I want to kill. Combined Guildmage has not done a lot for my opponent. I think I'm just going to final payment the Shark to Crab. So that I would have gone for Consume, but I also wanted to be able to give Twilight Panther Death Touch and attack into a Combined Guildmage. Okay, he's trading off there. And I'm feeling pretty good because we have Consume and 4 power. And my opponent's got probably 1 creature here. Oh, 2 creatures? It's 2 creatures, I don't get to kill him. You can just put a counter on it? Is that his plan? Let's try and kill my opponent. He got to 3. 4? 4. 4 counters. Fairway from 20. There we go. Let's get some sweet ones. People are getting a lot of rares in their decks. Oh, what just happened? What? Oh, he just conceded match. Didn't want to play another game against me. All right, I'll take it. Let's keep going. 1-1. Yeah, we'll keep. I think the 1 damage this Twilight Panther is going to do is probably worth more than the 1 life I could gain by playing him. Actually, it'd be 2 damage than by playing him after I land the Impassioned Orator. So I think I'll do the 2 damage for 1 life. What? Oh, Incubation. So this is the uncommon, more Simic decks. Apparently Simic is wide open in the draft. I did see a lot of Frilled Mystics in my draft as well. What is the other half of this card? Incubation... Incubation Ore... Incubation Ore... It's the uncommon one. Okay. Okay, you could look... oh, there it is in the graveyard. Incubation Incongruity. Oh, you can turn one of my creatures into a frog. I see. Got my kitty cat. I guess he's Gruul? Splash red, maybe? Silent Wayfinder, okay. Send those lands up. Send them creatures up. Let's go down. Don't really want to trade Twilight Panther for him. Play the Orator. Oh, I should have played a Swamp there, just to give myself an out to Bedeck soon. That was a mistake. I don't think I'll block here. Use the Vandal. I will block him though. I don't want him to rummage too many times. I think I'll attack with him and him. I'm not representing any tricks because there's no tricks with a single white. Actually, that's a lie. I am representing a trick of sorts. I realized it as soon as the words came out of my mouth. The +2/+2 for a single white. What's it called? Arrester's Zeal. What do you got? He's got to make a tough decision as to what to rummage with here with the Branching Vandal. He has to do that before he attacks. Make that decision. I'm relatively well set up to win a race, just because I have life gain and consume, and every time I add a creature with Impassioned Orator. Plus, hopefully we get another Swamp ready for Bedeck soon. Kept everything. Okay. Does he have another creature? Clan Guildmage. Clan Guildmage is decent. I'm going to keep attacking. We're about to gain a decent amount of life. I think I am going to consume him here, though. Get rid of his Burning Tree Vandal. Gain 3 life. Would love another swamp, so we could either Bedeck or Catacomb Crocodile. We are going to take a little bit of damage from Clan Guildmage if we choose to activate it here. Another riot creature, maybe? Burning Tree Vandal, okay. Attack with the Panther. Kind of hope he doesn't block, because I don't want to have to use the Death Touch right now. I want to be able to play the Senate Griffin. And no point in having him back. We're just looking for a swamp on top. I will take... Oh, not an Orzhov Guildgate. I think I have to leave that on top, though, I guess. That's brutal. I'll trade Orator for any creatures, unless he prevents it from blocking. Next turn I'll be holding up the black mana for Twilight Panther. I wonder if I would trade Senate Griffin for Burning Tree Vandal. Eh. Probably not. I'm picking 5 here. He hasn't rummaged yet. I really wish that was an untapped black land. Take 5. I don't think I'll trade the 3-2 away. Okay, Gravelhide Goblin. So here you can make a creature unable to block again. I block with Twilight Panther, activate the Death Touch, kill something, and I take 4, go to 5. Given that he had another creature and a pretty good one at that, I think I have to hold the Senate Griffin back here, unfortunately. I was planning to attack, but him adding the Gravelhide Goblin changed things. Block. You can't pump Gravelhide. Oh, he's looting now. I want these two to die. Ideally, I draw just a 3-drop where I could, like, Bedeck the Clan Guildmage and play my Lifelink Flyer. I'm assuming you'll have a trick here for one of these blocks to not work. It's a little scared to use a trick when I have 4 open mana. Is that Judith? Over here? Oh, she's putting on her makeup. Nice. Goblin Gathering. Oof. It is a 3-drop, but not one I can cast in combination. I could just play the Crocodile. He's committing to making it unable to block, and at least I can block a Goblin token. If he has Burn Bright, then I die. He is the sort of deck, the kind of guy who would play a Goblin Gathering is the kind of guy who would also have Burn Bright. Actually, I don't die. I do die if I go for the... oh, he's killing it. Okay, it's gonna hit me down to 3. That's a... Oh, I can't... I have to kill... I could not kill Clan Guildmage, play Footlight Fiend and Noxious Grudion here. I think that's safer than playing no creature. Really digging Growth Spiral. Tatiova out, it draws 2. Sweet. A really sweet play with Clan Guildmage would be able to use it twice with the green 1 mana trick. So the best play, at least as it appears on board, is to make Catacomb Crocodile not able to block and attack with everything. But I only take 1 there and go to 2. So he doesn't have a trick or anything, he probably doesn't do that play. What he might do is just commit more to the board, and then I get to finally use Bedeck and hopefully gain some life at some point here. Footlight Fiend, pretty good against my opponent. Just going for that. I am going to make the obvious blocks. I'm just going to block like this. What else you got? Gavelhide, Goblin, and a land. Okay. Just gonna Bedeck. He can pump this twice. Still not big enough to get through a Catacomb Crocodile. I'm just gonna kill Clan Guildmage. Fairly precarious life total. Ooh, Archway Angel gave me 2 life. Awesome. Alright, I'm just going to attack with Noxious Grudion here. I wouldn't mind trading. I don't mind trading it for the Gravel Hide Goblin here. And opponent probably won't take that trade. But I get to gain 2 life up to 5 and still have a really good blocker for the Goblin. And an additional part of my clock. That was a pretty sweet draw, I'm not going to lie. Opponent is splashing blue and black, perhaps? I could have the blue for the incongruity half of that. I don't know why the black, though. Ooh, lots of goblins. Ooh, Burn Bright. Could get me here. How close is my opponent to dying? Well, and there's a Carrion Imp now. That's a pretty good draw. This is 3 puts him down to 8. And the next turn I get to attack again. Well, I don't think I have much choice. I don't think any attacks down here is very good. I wish I could, I can't exile Goblin Gatherings. I'll exile his Clan Guildmage, because that could kill me if he brings that thing back. Back up to 7 life. Can I beat a Burn Bright yet? 2 creatures would get through. Yeah, I could. I would go to 1. I could put him to 1 myself. I think I'm just going to attack with the Imp. I'm gonna consign to the pit his goblin here. And give him one turn to try and kill me. Okay, lots of little gobos. Did I get? I don't think I got a -2/-2. Unfortunately. Knight of Sorrows can block 2 creatures. That's something. That's kind of something. And Watchful Giant also makes 2 bodies. Maybe you'll... it's 6-drop instead of a 5-drop. I'll cut the Knight of the Last Breath. He's too expensive here. And I'll bring in the Knight of Sorrows. Consign to the Pit might also be too expensive. What would I bring in over Consign to the Pit? Let's do that. Let's bring in the Watchful Giant. Or maybe second Knight of Sorrows, just for the cheaper effect is nice. Now that I've cut a 7-drop and a 6-drop from my deck, I can probably get a little bit cheaper. No, I think this is probably fine. I think this hand is a little too slow against what I saw previously. We got some life gain. We got Piscopa Vampire and Consume. Got Vindictive Vampire. We'll be fine. Black man is sorted at least. Really hope he doesn't get that Guild Mage going again. That guy was kind of annoying. No plays at all? Okay. You're the vampire. He lived through the turn. Fourth land. Start the Hill Giants. Obviously Viscopa Vampire, a little punished by his double Goblin Gathering. But he still had plenty of other creatures to block. What's he got here? Didn't see, I think he had a black gate in game 1. Didn't see what he was splashing for there. My assumption is it's the second half of something. It's just a Burning Tree Vandal, alright. Let's give it in haste. I'll block. I think I could not block. Let's not block, actually. Just change my mind. Yeah, now I get to just play a Vindictive Vampire. And start racing him. Massive life swing. I gain 3 and lose 2, even if he gets another attack in. Consume's my only removal spell in hand, and I did cut one from my deck in the 6-drop, so gotta use this fairly sparingly if I can. Plan in this game is to sort of win with the Carrion Imp and the Archway Angel, the 4-drop flyer and the 6-drop flyer. It'd be my preference to pluck a creature from his yard. Oh, okay, is he gonna make that a 3/3? 3/3 menace. Ooh, Summary Judgment is a perfect answer to that. I think I'm just gonna attack with the vampire. Deal him 1 if nothing else, if he blocks. And then follow up with a Carrion Imp. This is risky if he's got the trick here. I assume he does, which is a bit of a... No trick? Wow, he just wanted to trade there? I'll take the Carrion Imp, eat his guy. And play the Guild Gate. I don't know why he traded with the 3/3 when he could have traded with the Burning Tree Vandal. Basically, that means he's got many lands in hand that he wants to try and rummage away and try and get additional cards from. The fact that he hasn't missed a land drop yet gives somewhat of a clue toward that. And his best play on 5 mana was a Rioted Guy. I think if he attacks, I'll just snap off the block with Vindictive Vampire. Get the trick out of his hand. Rendhorn. Was he going to give it haste? No. Counter. Just up the pressure. I think I'm just going to play the, well... If I leave this in play and he has Savage Smash or something, he gets to just eat Archway Angel. It's going to stay in play regardless. I think Summary Judgment, after he attacks me with it, is like the perfect answer. So I think I'm just going to play up the clock in the air, play another flyer, go to 29 life. Preferably he doesn't use a fight spell with Rampaging Rendhorn here. Now that I've given him a perfectly good target. Nothing. Yeah, we're at 29. We gained. I think we got 2 hits in with Vizkopa Vampire for 6. We drained him once with Vindictive Vampire. We gained 2 life with Carrion Imp and another 2 life with Archway Angel. So, despite a few hits coming through, we've gained quite a lot of life. Ideally, he just attacks with Rendhorn. I don't block, and we go on with our lives. And I get to play a Catacomb Crocodile next turn, or use a. Oh, hello. Domri, hello. So he's looking for cards. And he bricked. So he -3 to look for a creature from the top 4, and he hit 0, I think. And I get to just kill this with one of my flyers. That's not so great. Yeah, no blocks for him. Kill Domri, hit him for 3. I could actually attack with Vindictive Vampire too. I think I will. And then I'll play Catacomb Crocodile and hold up Summary Judgment. He could double block here on my Vampire. That would be rough.
No, I'm not finished with you. Not by a long shot.
It's got an interesting accent, Domri, right? Okay, I'll hold up a Summary Judgment for 3. Good old Catacomb Crocodile. He is the Sewer King. Okay, we're 2-1. Or 3-1, sorry. I think that's 3 wins, yeah. We had one opponent concede match after losing 1 game up against Treebeard. Take him to the Entmoot. On the draw with a 6 and a 7, we do have the Locket and a 3-drop that can gain us life. I think we can keep. No removal spells, a little sketchy. We do have the Scope of Vampire will gain us some life. Hopefully. Okay, he's Rakdos. Oh, and Cult Guildmage? Nice. This could get away from us pretty quickly. Okay, that's a good sign. He's got all the, I hope he stays back and deals 1 damage to me. Yeah, that's smart lad. Now the Plague White shows up. I think we'll be able to lock it into Plague White next turn. Oh. Here's hoping the Scope of Vampire survives. I got 2 things that can perpetually deal me 1 damage. Let's go to Pestilence Spirit. I'm gonna snap block here. Pretty sure. I don't want to start discarding cards or any of that nonsense. Your Tatiova Mill deck is 6 and 2 today. Nice. Oh yeah, Spear Spirit does damage to him as well. That's good. Good Kaya. Okay.
This will be child's play.
So you can plus it. I don't have any CMC 1 or less cards. I think I can ignore Kaya. You'll gain
Funny, that's
2
what
life.
I do.
No, this is a new dude. I'm just gonna jam the Archway Angel. It might die to like Scorchmark or something because of Pestilence Spirit. Gain ourselves 2 life back. Now we killed the Dummy Raid guy, that wasn't too bad. I'm pretty sure this Kaya is not going to do anything. Dagger Caster... not bad.
Your bags and hit the road.
So right now I have 2 cards in exile. He could ult in like... for 2? Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for... I could go for Night of the Last Breath here. Or I could go for Senate Griffin and Grudion. I think I do the Senate Griffin Grudion play. Maybe find a removal spell. Impassioned Orator plus Night of the Last Breath is a nice combo. But I could probably do better than that. That's fine. Street Dodger. More irrelevant cards. Yeah, gaining life with Impassioned or Orator might prove to be important. Should I still play 17 land if you run a locket? I think most decks no, but if you're a deck like mine that has a 7-drop and 2 6s, then yeah, I was gonna play 18. Okay, he killed off that guy.
Your bags, hit the road.
He didn't activate this. Guess I'll pick that off and take 5, go to 7. Now I'll play the Night of the Last Breath. Don't want to get punked out here, so I'll hold back the Archway Angel. I have 3 cards in exile, so you can ult and deal 3 to me. So I can't let Pestilent Spirit attack me again. I block here. Yeah, Pestilent Spirit did a number on me this game. I can't. I need another creature to gain life off the Impassioned Orator and the Night of the Last Breath. I've got 3 cards in exile. My opponent can put me down to 6, end of turn, and then 5, and then deal 3 to me, and then a further 2 would kill me. I guess I'll try and just... Turns out this Kai is a little obnoxious. So I'm gonna knock her off ult.
Whoa, that one actually got through.
So basically my plan is end of turn, crack the locket, try and find a creature, and just play it and sack it. Okay, he's gonna take my Archway Angel and try and kill me with it. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my Impassioned Orator with Night of the Last Breath and chump the Archway Angel with it. Yeah, Consume is a sorcery. I would absolutely just do that here. It's unfortunate I don't get the Night of the Last Breath combos.
Your bags and hit the road.
I'm just gonna kill this Kaya just because my life is low enough and her ult is threatening to kill me. I've got 4 cards in exile.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Gained a lot of life with that Kaya. Ouch. Guess there's no point in cycling this. Sheesh. Opponent has a lot of incidental damage. Let's crack this thing. Basilica Bellhaunt will be good. Give me some more life. I have to kill my opponent relatively fast here. Going to 2. No, I'm not really feeling any respect for Kaya. It's only in combination with all his other stuff that mattered at all. This shouldn't matter. I just chump it with the Twilight Panther. If he has a way to kill it while it's under his control, yeah, that doesn't matter. Let's lead with the Bellhaunt. Gain 3 life, make him discard the last card in his hand. What is that going to be? That Catacomb Crocodile. Yeah, now he's jumping. We gained enough life to survive. Pestilent Spirit was pretty obnoxious. That thing did a lot of damage all by himself. I assume my opponent's got the Blade Brand combo. Something to worry about with Dagger Casting. Oh, Dead Revels. Can he cast anything right now? No. I think he's just dead then. I think I'll hit him for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. None of these things have haste. And then next turn I'll just consign to the pit the Pestilent Spirit and kill him. And even if he has Blade Brand here, which he doesn't, I get to kill him with the 3 spirits made by Night of the Last Breath. Do I even have to use this? I probably do. I suppose I could have not had to use it by end of turn. Yeah, I could have not shown him another card there. By end of turn, killing the Basilica Bellhaunt into a spirit and then hitting him in the air for 3. That was a mistake to show him an additional card. Okay, opponent is all about that Pestilent Spirit life. I do have the Exile effect and Summary Judgment, various things like that. Glad I have all this incidental life gain. I think Night of the Last Breath might be too expensive, though. He does have Active Treason, which is nice to have a sacrifice outlet. I think if we cut Night of the Last Breath and put in Watchful Giant, we do fine. Get a little lower to the ground. Maybe you need the Consign to the Pit for some of his junk. Let's give that a shot. All these one-landers, man. I'm gonna mull this one. This'll do. I need a black to cast a deck, but we do have the Impassioned Orator, one of the better incidental life gain cards I have. Alright. If I see a swamp on top, I'll probably keep it. I'll keep a consume. Consecrate, incidentally, is a counter to him macabre mockering me. There's my double swamp. I'll just bedeck a Pestilent Spirit on sight. No, he didn't do much. Spewer, that's fine. There's Watchful Giant, he's a 6-drop. What kind of spectacle am I worried about? The one that makes me discard a card would be obnoxious. Blade guy would be obnoxious. Like, I could just kill this stupid thing. Then I'd be sort of committing to killing everything. Doing it. That was like his entire game plan last game. So hopefully we'll be able to start deploying our 6-drops. I think we'll lead with the Watchful Giant. Got nothing. And a Basilica Bellhaunt, sweet. Yeah, I'll make him discard. Swamp, Gotta hold on to, Consecrate is a nice little counter to some of his graveyard stuff. I'm gonna leave the Guildgate in hand. I'll take with these two. I'll just play Archway Angel. I know I could gain 2 life playing the Guildgate, but my opponent did play Carnage against me, and I don't want to have to discard both of these cards to that. Next turn I'm just gonna... I guess I'll go for no blocks. So he's finally activated Spectacle. What has he got? Is he killing Archway Angel? Drill Bit, okay. He is dead on board, and I have 2 removal spells. So if he plays... he could take Consume. Okay, does he also have... What else does he have? I assume he must have just drawn that? Just gonna chump with Spear Spear? How do I just kill you? How do you like that? He doesn't have the mana for a Macabre Mockery blocker. Yeah, that was an interesting deck. Ooh, this is a pretty small chance now. They changed the way that daily event ICRs upgrade to Mythic Rare. This is actually, it used to be a 4% chance, and now it's like 1.25% chance. So like basically 1 in 100 to go to a Mythic. But here we go, we did it, and it is an Azor's Gateway. I didn't realize it was Mythic. Okay, that's 3 wins. I thought I had 3 wins before. That's 3 wins. 3 and 1 so far. Let's keep it rolling. Quite a reasonable hand. Got the double black for Bedeck. Keep it. He's playing a Thirsting Shade. I think what I'm going to do... I'll just play Twilight Panther here. What if you like kill it? Maybe it might be full like spectacle. Although he's white-black. I'm just gonna block. What could he have? He could have, if he attacked, I would just block. He could have, yeah, didn't have nothing. I think it's more important to start hitting my 3s than worry about this Impassioned Order coming down this turn. So I'm just gonna play the Guild Gate. My opponent now could attack me, but he doesn't have the land. I think I'm just gonna play an Orzhov Locket here. Opponent kept this hand. I don't know why. Now he's got the mana. He could pump the Thirsting Shade if he really, really wanted to. What? Yes, well, I'm gonna add black, I guess. He has main deck exposed to daylight? What is happening right now? This is a best of 3 format. Oops, did I not activate the Death Touch? Oh well. Well, that was annoying, if nothing else. I'll just play the Orator. The Scope of Vampire trades with this thing anyway. Let's tap for 1. I would like to get the 4s going. Can't believe he main deck exposed to daylight. I see he's got an ill-gotten inheritance. I'm not too worried about that. Unless I never hit another land. Rudion. So now he's finally activated Spectacle for the first time. Does he have Spectacle things? I think he must because he's playing this Thirsting Shade. I have 2 removal spells I can cast and a decent board presence. Not the best, but decent. I think that Orzhov Locket's my only enchantment, or / artifact. Okay, he's just killing that. So he can hit me for 1 here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking of potentially cutting the Orzhov Locket, just to leave him with no targets for this Exposed to Daylight, out of my deck at least. We're just gonna attack. If my opponent wants to spend his whole turn pumping this thing, that'd be my guess. He has a reason to keep it back to be a blocker for the vampire. There's a Crocodile. He's a perfect target for a Grotesque Demise. I'm doing a fair amount with 3 lands here. It's not too bad. That's why you play cheap spells. He's got his own Basilica Bellhaunt. I think I'll get rid of my Bedeck. It's the only spell left that I can cast. Hey, it's a land. Okay, so which 4-drop will I play? Kinda wanna get the Griffin going. All of them are pretty good. Maybe we'll go with the Vindictive Vampire. Ooh, sorry for the scales, eh? Afterlife 2, huh? think I'm just going to attack with Twilight Panther here. Opponent's got 3 spells in hand, pretty guarantee of that. I think I'll go for the Senate Griffin here. I can threaten to block. Don't want any more Viscopa Vampires, particularly if there's going to be some Spirit tokens kicking out. Could just trade a Griffin for Seraph. Well, if he attacks, he probably has something. It's probably better to just final payment this and have the Griffin back to block the spirits. He's got a Locket and an Ill-Gotten Gains. Might be enough for me to bring in my copy of Exposed to Daylight, if I even have one. I don't think I do. I'm not sure, though. Is he giving this thing Vigilance, or what? Held up 3 mana. And Hazard Officer. Oh, he's gonna give you +1/+1 till end of turn. Okay. I mean, it's not gonna be Vigilant, though. Taking 5. I can prevent him from attacking for a turn. Well, kind of. He would probably trade Hazard Officers for Twilight Panther. I think I'll Basilica Bellhaunt now. There goes a Viscopa Vampire. He kept that, eh? I think I'll leave the Griffin back. I think I'll leave it all back. Six mana. So it's possible he just drew that land, because he probably would have discarded that instead of the Viscopa. It's not even giving it Vigilance? What's happening here? Is he hoping to follow up with creatures get -1/-1? Why wouldn't you just lead with that if you had it? I have to assume just this block isn't going to work out perfectly for me. Give it a shot. He could have his creatures get +1/+3 for 4 mana. Or maybe he wanted these to die so he could bring them back with the Revels. Basilica Bellhaunt survived. Yeah, there's the Revels. Bring back Seraph Replayer. That's pretty good. I think this will be a final payment forbidding spirit kind of turn, and then we're going to try and take over with Archway Angel. think I'll be bringing in my own Dead Revels. This is a grind fest. At least I've got the Orator to kind of undo the life gain. Who am I gonna sacrifice for this final payment? I'm pretty sure I want to sack. It's probably this. Flyers. That's and the my 4/4 might do some work. I'm killing this thing. Do I want to take 5? Go to 12? I think it's okay to do that. He will have 4 1/1s. And if he's able to kill this Archway Angel, they'll be attacking me very rapidly. Not drawing a land there was not good for me. So I'm going to take 5 this next turn. Might end up using the other half of Consume in this matchup to exile a creature he's targeted with Revels, Dead Revels. He's also got to clear the stage. Yeah, he's got 2 ways to bring a creature back. He doesn't... I guess his only creature that I've seen so far with power 4 greater is the Seraph of the Scales herself. Yeah, hit for 4. Yeah, I could have pack 1, pick 1 Glass of Guild Pact and pumped the 1 spirit I've had in any of my games thus far. I've had 1/1/1 spirit total. Didn't end up with a lot of afterlife. Okay, he's killing the vampire. That's one of my sources of life gain. I'm actually dead if I don't hit a land, and even if I do... So I go to 5, my opponent hits me for 4. I kind of have to... This is brutal. I think, gotta pump our life total. Oh, he's got a kill spell for that. Kind of good for me that my opponent killed that thing. Oh yeah, you can sack Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Oh yeah, so I'm just dead then. I can kill... I don't even have to show him that, because I'm just dead. Okay, I'll concede. I do not have my own enchantment exile. I think I'm going to cut my locket just so he has a dead card, which I think he'll leave in, because he got a use out of it, and he probably is like patting himself on the back and being like, oh, ha, ha, I gotcha. I'm going to bring in my own Dead Revels. I may need a land, although this is going to be a grindy one. I think I'm going to take the draw and play with 17 lands on the draw with no other changes. Perfectly decent hand. Yeah, plan working so far. I took the draw on my opponent's mulling to oblivion. I could play the Twilight. I think I want to get the 2/2 out first. Oh, he's got the Oligarch. How would this work? Footline Fiend, I'd block. I'd have to put the trigger on the stack. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. I think having Vigilance is a little annoying. As the officer throwing this thing. It's a pain in my neck regardless. I think I'll take the hit here. Just gonna play the vampire. Say go. Siren of the Spires, eh? Well, that's a summary judgment target. Huh, now we're stuck. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to summary judgment that now, when I can. The old Thirsting Shade sticking around. Alright, now I'm the one with the flyer, not that card, this card. As to officials flavor text, what do we got? You two, cover the alley. You two, or you with me. Eyes on windows, balconies, and rooftops. Who knows what a fish, octopus, crab can do? Very nice. Might kill my carrion imp. Scope of vampire, it's whatever. Hey, there's more flyers. Final payment. I already have 2 removal spells. I would like a 6 land, but can I really say no to a final payment? Probably not, right? And it's my first instant speed one, which is relevant. wonder if my opponent will choose to take the draw in game 3 or not. There's the inheritance. Don't much care about that. Oh, he's giving her, eh? Curious. Well, I get to kill 2 with Footlight Fiend here. I guess I'll prevent 3 damage rather than 2. Actually, I could leave the Imperious Oligarch around. Let's get rid of the Oligarch. Probably would snap block the Hazda officer on Twilight Panther. Maybe I could start making room for these other guys to attack if I do that. Yeah. Play the Guild Gate. Syndicate Guild Mage. Sure. The deck. Is he gonna try and block and Blade Brand? Or block and pump? What could he have here? Nothing? Is that just a straight jump? Let's play this Archway Angel. Gets me pretty good if he has Kai's Wrath. Flyers seem pretty important. Our Viscopa vampires are pretty relevant. Plague White could be good. Keep him around. Twilight Panthers, whatever. I like my Catacomb Crocodile. I was thinking of bringing in Watchful Giant or something, but I don't think I want multiple of those sorts of effects. I think I just do nothing, and if he puts me on the play, I could be in for a rough time. This is game 3. Wow. And the Orzhov Mirror. My opponent does have Seraph of the Scales and the ability to cure his Keecher's back. Is he going on the play? Yeah, he's going on the play. I think that's the wrong call. I like this hand. We got Grotesque Demise, Summary Judgment. Yeah, we can keep this. Shouldn't get run over. Ooh, he's mulling again. That's good for me. Maybe we'll be able to grotesque demise something to clear the way for Vampire to get some hits in. Good old Thirsting Shade, every good. Oh, we got a third land. We can play Magic. Oh, we're pumping. I think we'll lead. Could go Forbidding Spirit here. I could go Vampire. I think I'll go Vampire, and if my opponent does nothing, I might Grotesque Demise this Thirsting Shade. We'll see. Basilica Bellhaunt. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't think this is a summary judgment game. I think I'm going to be on the offense for a good chunk of this. Yeah, no blocks, take 1. I'm going to Grotesque Demise his Bellhaunt to him back to 3. A Vampire. Oh, he's down for the race. Spirit Aspires. Oh, that's a card I wish I had Summary Judgment for. Guess I'll play Forbidding Spirit and Twilight Panther. No point in attacking these blocks here. Oligarch, that's fine. This is the turn the Forbidding Spirit came down. Does he have enough to even kill a Catacomb? Crocodile. You gonna pay? He's paying. I'm gonna hopefully get to my Night of the Last Breath. Kinda want to get max value out of Dead Revels. I'll just stick with him. Discarding that Summary Judgment was probably an error. Okay, we get our 7-drop out now. Now he could pump this once. Yeah, that'd still kill a lot of stuff. He's going for a chump. Oh, he's going for the big blocks. I get to deal 3 damage. Guess I'll just leave the Oligarch around. Kill these 2. Ah, that's pretty good. So we could Guild Mage. We can tap this guy. And you can make me... No, that's wrong, dude. Kind of want to trade this Night of the Last Breath off. I'm gonna die to 2/4. He's not tapping me. I wish he could sacrifice himself. I would probably do it. You can make me lose 2, go to 14. I don't know why he's not tapping Knight of Breath. Here's his Catacomb Crocodile. It's 3 to activate? Yeah. I'm gonna turn Twilight Panther into a 1/1. Okay, final payment, we can finally kill off the Spirit of the Spires. And actually we can sacrifice Knight of Last Breath as well to do it. Yeah, I think I might do that. I want to also Dead Revels this same turn. Get back probably Catacomb Crocodile won't do much. But I guess I'll get him back anyway. I'll try the Noxious Grudion. He might have his own Revels. He hasn't really had anything worth getting back yet. Get back Knight of Last Breath, and we'll get the Grudion back, I think. Crocodile's not doing much into his Crocodile. Yeah, maybe he has the enchantment removal. You can... Oh, if he has his own Dead Revels here, which he might have been sitting on because I haven't killed anything yet, to get back his own spirit here, that could be obnoxious. Can enable the spectacle to get back things cheaply. Yeah. So we got back Spear of the Skies and Oligarch, okay. Well, there's another final payment. I guess I'll leave back 2 to double block the spirit. I get to kill him again with final payment on the Spirit of the Spires again. Like, I can't neglect the fact that he has this Catacomb Crocodile, which is quite large. Ooh, Blade Juggler. I don't want to lose too much life, but that's something. Wish I had my Vindictive Vampire right now. Gonna get another 3. I could swing all the flyers. He probably blocks 1, maybe, I don't know. I play Blade Juggler for a Spectacle. Sure hope he doesn't have Infest. And I play the Grudion. Say go. Kinda hope he doesn't draw any more flyers. That don't count. His Thirsting Shade is growing a little bit. Something to keep in mind. And he also has the Crocodile. You can hit me for 2 here if you want. Doesn't last till next turn or anything like that, no. And I drew a Carrion Imp. Nice. Can I just check with all these things? Click, click, click. Well, you're dead in 1 turn, bucko. Carrion Knight, and we'll eat the Spirit of the Spires, just in case that somehow comes back again. Alright, your move. I'm at 15. He could gain a big chunk of life with Thirsting Shade here. He can pump it, so he's got 5, 6, 7, 8. You can pump it twice. Turns out making 7 or 8 spirits with the knight there was pretty crucial. Sacrificing him twice. Trove of Temptation. Okay. 5 wins. Let's get our last one. Before we proceed, any changes we want to make? I've been pretty happy. I did gain a lot of life. I wish I had ill-gotten gains myself. What's gem break even? I think I hit it. I think it's 5 wins. Have I played Regal Weenie? This is an okay hand we have on the draw. Got the vampire draw. Play the swamp in case we draw a deck real early. Looks like we're up against Gruul. Oof, Spellbreaker. Is he even haste? Nope. Crapo. Well, Catacomb Crocodile is the perfect draw against Gruul. So I got Hexproof on his turn. We take 4 here to 16. Hopefully we're allowed to attack back. Or do you have some other giant Gruul riot thing? Second main. The 5/2. Well, vampires are pretty good against that. I think I'm just gonna attack and then play a second one and really hope he can't kill it and hit me for 5. Giant Children of Night. Ooh, no! Good game. I don't think it's a game. Ouch. Ouch. Well, it looks like we're cutting the Viscopa vampires. Hopefully this thing lives. Walk here, take 6, or maybe die if he has +3/+3, or +4/+2. Yeah, he cast those daggers right at me. Oh, just the Electronomins. It's gonna show me another card? No. Wow. Huh. Question is, there's one uncommon. I have nothing really to bring in to replace those. I could bring in a Rally to Battle just to surprise him. Catacomb Crocodile was really clutch there. Don't think this is going to be a flyer thing, so I think I'm actually going to cut Archway Angel for Watchful Giant. Sadly, I don't think Footlight Fiend... Well, based on what we saw, it could kill a 5/2, though. I can't really cut my Viscopa vampires. Just have to try maybe not play both at once. Sign of the Pit, Bedeck, Consecrate. Kind of want most of this stuff. And I'm taking the play, so I can't really cut a land or mana source. I was kind of thinking of Rally to Battle. Maybe I cut the Knight. He's kind of expensive. Cut the Knight, bring in Rally to Battle. Try and counter a Dagger Caster with Rally. Or maybe surprise my opponent by winning the race or something. Now people play... Oh, hit them all. This will keep. Ugh, the Rally inner main. Sorry, the Rally inner hand, not really where I want it, with no creatures. We do have removal spells for first 2 non-hexproof things, at least. And the Crocodile. And the Silica Bell Hunt if we draw a Swamp. think we need to kill that right now. Do I worry about Spectacle? You could play the 5/2 for cheaper mana. I think we'll just grotesque demise this. Now we'll Bell Haunt him. Feeling pretty good with the land. Let's get the 5/2. Let's play that. We can use the deck to kill this thing. Yeah, this is from. It does sound like a Pokemon gym battle. This music. I agree with you, Handle My Bear. This is from Octopath Travelers. Their soundtrack. It's a Japanese RPG, I believe. They had a very nice soundtrack. I think I can get my opponent pretty good with a Rally to Battle here. So play the land so I have Rally to Battle and Bedazzle if necessary. He's gonna double block. Put the Spellbreaker first. Go for the Rally. And I'll also bedeck the Acrobat. So we kind of have to hope these guys are big enough to win from here. Oh, Biogenic Ooze? Oh no. Oh boy. I wish I had that Rally still. Or that bedeck, I should say. All he has to do is just... Oh, he actually doesn't... He can't spit out a news without another forest. But I can't really attack anymore once these are 4/4s. Let's get the hybrid. If he attacks... Well, he's not going to attack with Ooze until it's gigantic. There's no real way for me to encourage him to do so. I could like attack with this, he just double blocks. I think we're losing this one, boys and girls. I used the bedeck possibly preemptively. Well, I didn't know he had a mythic rare in his deck. I got a Plague White. And I took out a flyer because I was like, nah, this game's gonna be one on the ground. I do have one... I got 3 ways to kill this thing. I guess I'll block. I can 2-for-1 him with a Summary Judgment. Sort of. Never mind. There's a Viscopa Vampire. Even if we kill this, he's still gonna have a 6/6, a 4/4, 3/3, and presumably another 3/3. Frenzied Earrinks. And he gets to make a Ooze. So now this one's a 7/7, which is bad news. Well, 6/2 is probably about right for this deck. Oh, he's giving her here. Yeah, it's some bad news Ooze. So this thing could be a 6/6. This thing is a 7/7. This thing could be a 5/5. This thing can be a 6/4 or a 7/4. So that can actually kill this too. 6/6, 7/4. I think I block him with the Crocodile. And then we start doing some double blocks. We're at 25. Trade a 3/3 or 3/4, I guess, for a 5/5. That's about it. And I can actually possibly summary judgment the Sword of Farm hybrid response. So do I? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Just to deny him a 6/6. I killed one creature. I'm at 10. And all his creatures are growing, by the way. Oh, and he's a Clan Guild Mage, preventing this from blocking next turn. Alright, I think that'll do it. GG's. Opponent's deck was sweet. Got me real good in game 1 with the Dagger Caster 2-for-1. And he got me by playing a Biogenic Ooze after I used a removal spell. Woof. So we got 1,800 gems. We actually made gems on that draft. The break-even point is 4 wins, so I'm pretty happy with that. And we got 5 booster packs. Let's claim our prize. Clink, clink. And actually what I'm going to do is not open my boosters right away. Because of the duplicate protection, I want to sort of delay as long as possible before I crack my boosters. I want to draft, and then once I've got all my boosters, maybe then I'll crack them, in case I end up with lots of the same kind of rare or anything like that. So I'm actually not going to open those right away. Another thing I'll just do right now is redeem. No, wrong tab. Go to this. I don't know how to redeem things. Go to the store. Where's the store at? Store. Going to redeem the play. What's it called? Allegiance. Play Allegiance. For 3 free boosters of Ravnica Allegiance. Be sure to use that code now. So again, I've got 8 booster packs. We're going to save those as long as possible. Wait till we've drafted a fair amount more. And then crack them all at once, and hopefully benefits from some duplicate protection. But I think that's going to call it for me for today. It's 4 o'clock. Stop around this time normally, but we are going to play again tomorrow. We're going to stream tomorrow, which I don't normally do on Saturday. So we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, hopefully. But thank you so much for everyone who stopped by. I'm so glad we finally got into a Ravnica Allegiance draft, and I think our first draft went pretty well. Up 300 gems. Hard to really complain about that. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow.